Anyone can be placed in a leadership position, but to be good and thrive in that position, solid leadership skills are required. Good leadership skills are at the top of the list of competencies that recruiters must consider when hiring new employees or promoting leaders from within the organization. The most prestigious corporations look for people with proven leadership abilities to fill their most sought-after executive positions. Trust me, I know, I was in them. Hello world, it's Rico. In today's video, I want to go over the top 8 leadership skills you'll need to be successful in 2023. So let's get into it. The following are the 8 essential leadership skills: relationship development, adaptability and agility, creativity and innovation, employee engagement, decision-making, conflict resolution, negotiation, thinking critically. And before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to be notified every time a new video is uploaded. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, and now let's get back to that list. So 1, relationship development. This is the foundation of a high-performing team. Some leaders will argue that they do not need to be liked at work in order to be successful. This may be true, but great managers must have the leadership skills to forge strong working relationships with their employees in order to build a strong and cohesive, engaged team. Leaders who have strong, trusting, and authentic relationships with their teams, they understand that investing time in developing these bonds makes them a more effective leader and lays the groundwork for success. Good working relationships boost employee engagement, and according to Gallup's employee engagement meta-analysis, business units with high employee engagement have 41% fewer quality defects and 37% lower absenteeism. High employee engagement also resulted in 21% increase in productivity. Even if you believe you don't need to be loved at work, being an effective leader will require you to be skilled at building good relationships. If your team is highly engaged and happy at work, you're likely to be well respected as a leader with employees who love what they do, and the strong relationships you create will hopefully help your team perform at their peak. The second is adaptability and agility. This helps you stay at the cutting edge as a leader. One of the most important leadership qualities identified in a 2008 study by Development Dimensions International was the ability to facilitate change. In 2023, adaptability will be one of the most important leadership skills. Leaders must contend with a hyper-competitive business environment, geopolitics, climate change, the changes brought about by the pandemic, and so many other factors, all of which necessitate adaptability and agility. Effective leaders must be able to adapt to internal and external changes, even if it means working outside of their comfort zone. As a leader, you must cultivate a lifelong learning mindset to ensure that you are not left behind by industry shifts and can give your company a competitive advantage. As a leader, you must be agile and adaptable to this situation, which is much easier said than done. One important way to develop leadership agility and adaptability is to be accountable and assume your responsibilities, while also ensuring that you have a plan in place for how you'll respond to change. Change management is important. This plan should include an achievable timeline that allows you to constantly assess how well you're adapting to the change and exemplifying this to your team. Pointing out examples of folks on your team are also great. 3, creativity and innovation. This is how you learn to push boundaries. Every business relies heavily on leadership innovation. Ideation, the phase in which outstanding ideas are developed and become the foundation of innovation success. That is a starting point for successful innovation. Consider some industry leaders. What did it take for Apple to become a technology industry leader? They made product improvements with their customers in mind. Steve Jobs, and perhaps even more so Tim Cook, led Apple Inc.'s innovation and creativity by staying ahead of the competition, making them some of the most innovative leaders in the tech industry. The growing demand for creativity and innovation will continue to be a driving force for executives, who will need to hone their leadership skills in these areas to be effective and competitive. 4, employee engagement. If you improve engagement, you improve efficiency. In tandem with relationship building, the ability to motivate your workforce is critical to maintaining high employee engagement. Knowing how to continuously motivate employees is one of the most effective leadership skills, which requires leaders to be connected to their teams and aware of what is going on around them, and understanding how to encourage them to do their best work. According to a study conducted by the firm Interact on 10,000 employees in the United States, the number one complaint, 63%, from employees about their manager is a lack of appreciation. And when managers appreciate their contributions, their engagement increased by 60%. Can you imagine that? 60% increase. Another study conducted by Westminster College discovered that boosting morale is the most preferred motivational technique among employees. Over 32% of respondents chose this path, and it wasn't even close. Employees who are not motivated can have a negative financial impact on the company due to absenteeism, attrition, and low productivity. Motivated employees are not only more engaged, but are also more self-assured in what they do and can do. This teaches them how to react in difficult situations and generate innovative ideas that can help improve business performance. In these difficult times, how are you playing to your strengths, mobilizing your team, guiding organizational change, and restoring confidence? I can help you develop key leadership skills and accelerate your impact as a leader. 5, making a decision. Leading with conviction. A leader is constantly tasked with making decisions. To be an effective leader, those decision-making abilities must be exceptional. Critical decisions that have a large impact on your organization must be sound, rational, and solid. In reality, your decisions as a leader will determine not only your success, but the success of your organization. Making decisions, no matter how big or small, is an essential part of leadership. As a leader, you must develop strong decision-making skills and the conviction to stand by your decisions, while also recognizing the need to adapt when those decisions don't necessarily result in the outcome you desired. It's definitely a one-of-a-kind balancing act. And remember that not all decisions are always favorable. Making an unpopular but necessary decision is one of the most difficult tasks as a leader, but it's critical that you recognize your responsibilities and make clear decisions for your team and your organization. 6, conflict resolution. And this is where you try to keep the peace. Managers spend at least 24% of their time managing conflict, according to the American Management Association. Any business can experience conflict. It's true. Some more than others. A conflict is defined as any disagreement between two or more people that has the potential to disrupt work. Conflict in business can extend beyond the workplace, involving customers, suppliers, even competitors, even worse if you're doing stuff at work with people you shouldn't be. When a conflict arises, an effective leader should be able to intervene and resolve, or at least mitigate the conflict before it has a negative impact on the business. If handled properly, a conflict can even be beneficial to your organization or team because it can often lead to stronger bonds or new ideas. So to be an effective leader, you must be skilled at identifying conflict and then planning how to resolve it. When confronted with a conflict, it's also critical to remain rational and calm and even. Conflict resolution is without a doubt one of the most important leadership competencies. But according to Robin Short, 60% of US employees have received zero conflict resolution training. Yourself as a leader must be able to manage conflict, but developing these skills in your team can also help you avoid conflict completely. 7, bargaining. This is where you win the game. Negotiation is a process in which two parties with opposing viewpoints come together and mutually agree on an outcome. And there's 5 stages to negotiation, so check it out. The first, preparation. The second is open discussion. The third is goal clarification. 4, negotiation for a win-win outcome. 5, agreeing on the terms. And then 6, execution of a plan of action. Good negotiations can benefit any organization by strengthening relationships both internally and externally. They'll also assist in determining the best long-term solution by making the most of two opposing viewpoints. To move an organization forward, an effective leader must be skilled at negotiating. No doubt about it. Just gotta do it. Negotiation is used by a leader to understand your employees' interest and also find ways to satisfy those interests in order to achieve the business goals. Last but not least, thinking critically. This is understanding the links between different ideas. Running a business is super difficult, for sure. A leader must make many difficult decisions in order for that business to be successful. According to Brandon Hall Group research, the most important skill required of leaders to successfully lead an organization is critical thinking. Get that brain going. Critical thinking is the ability to think clearly while connecting disparate ideas logically. Critical thinkers make wise decisions, are highly analytical, and almost always rational. These characteristics are required to guide an organization toward their goals. Critical thinkers typically question ideas and assumptions rigorously. They always seek to determine whether the ideas, arguments, and findings represent the true picture, and they're frequently able to recognize inconsistencies and errors in reasoning to achieve the desired outcome. Does that sound like you? So hopefully this list will help you develop your leadership skills in 2023. If you want to know more about questions leaders ask during interviews so you can get these executive roles, be sure to check out this next video. Again, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell. Thanks all, take care, and I'll see you next time.